Greetings my friends and welcome to today's crochet tutorial. Today I have an exciting pattern and this pattern is great for warm scarves. It's it can really make a great warm scarf. And I want to say thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and for supporting my work. I really appreciate it. I'm using medium size yarn, and for this pattern we are required to use a crochet size bigger than normally would use according to the yarn. For example, with this medium yarn, I normally use 4.5 millimeter crochet size hook, but because of this pattern, I'm going to use 6 millimeter crochet size hook. So make sure that the crochet size hook you're using is bigger than what you're normally required to use. This pattern requires us to chain an even number of chains, for example 10, 20, 30. So long as it is even, make those chains, and this is how I make my chains. So after I've made my slip knot, I will start working on the chains until I have reached an even number. So I'm going to pause the video and crochet my chains up to an even number. So I have made 12 chains, and for the first row we are going to single crochet along the row, and we are going to start working from the second chain from the hook. So once you have inserted your crochet into the second chain from the hook, single crochet until you get to the end of the row. And since we are using a bigger crochet size hook, our pattern is going to be a bit loose, so that is quite normal. Don't be worried about that. Single crochet until you get to the end of the row. Also, one thing to note about this pattern, at the start and at the end of each row, we are going to single crochet. Please remember that at the start and at the end of each row, we are going to single crochet. This pattern is a 1 row repeat pattern. So after we have created our foundation row, of which we are now currently working on, we are going to repeat this pattern that I'm going to show you next. So when we complete row 1, we are going to chain 1 and turn our work, and then we are going to single crochet in the first stitch from the hook. Next, we are going to insert our crochet into the next space. It's as if you're going to crochet a single crochet, but instead we are going to add 2 more puffs. Yarn over, insert your crochet into the same place, pull out some yarn, and then create another puff. So make sure you have 6 loops on your crochet, and then we are going to take them all out. Next stitch, we are going to work in the next space here, and we are going to make a slip stitch. So we are going to alternate the puff stitch pattern with the slip stitch pattern. So let me show you how we are going to work the puff stitch pattern again. Insert your crochet like so, pull out some yarn, and then now we are going to work the 2 puffs. Yarn over, go back into the same chain space, yarn over, go back into the same chain space, and then now we have 6 loops. Take them all out. Next, we are going to make a slip stitch. It's very easy, and the results are beautiful. I hope you really love this pattern because it's really great for scarves and also for blankets. So you want to be sure when you're making a scarf or a blanket or a shawl, this is a good pattern to use. If you have more chains on your row, please continue working the pattern that I'm using. Remember, at the beginning and at the end of each row, we are going to make a single crochet. Chain 1 and turn your work. Next, we are going to make a single crochet in the first chain from the hook. And then on top of every puff stitch, we are going to make another puff stitch. So we are going to insert our crochet and repeat the pattern. Repeat the puff stitch pattern we have done in the previous row, and on top of every slip stitch we are going to have a slip stitch pattern, so it's quite easy to follow, and hoping there will not be any confusion. We have gotten our 6 loops and we are going to take them all out, and then we are going to make our slip stitch. And we'll continue working this pattern for the many rows that we wish to create. Make that slip stitch and then continue working the puff stitch in the next space. This I think is the easiest and the fastest scarf pattern I've come across. And when we get to the end, we are going to make that single crochet, chain 1, and continue repeating the pattern. And now I'm going to show you the same pattern, only that it has more rows and it's of a different color. Are you ready? So this is how the pattern looks like when you have done more rows in it. This is the front part of the pattern and this is the back pattern of the pattern. Basically it looks the same and it's quite warm. Once again, I would like to say thank you so much for taking your time to check on my work. I'm so happy for the support. Continue supporting my work. If you wish to reach out to me, I have included my details in the description below. Thank you so much and have a great time. Ciao.